Deep Rock Galactic Survivors is a new roguelike game made by Fun Day Games and Ghost Ship Publishing, the same developers as the main Deep Rock Galactic series. It is one of the two rogue-type spin-offs in development based in the same setting as its flagship Big Brother, where the player controls one of 4 classes of dwarves to mine precious minerals and fight off swarms of alien bugs. Fans of both Deep Rock Galactic and roguelike survivor games will enjoy the game's very sound mechanics and incremental progression systems. Just like in Deep Rock Galactic, you can play as one of 4 classes of miner: Scout, Gunner, Engineer, or Driller. You only start out with Scout, but quickly gain access to the other 3 classes in short order after a few runs, aka dives, no matter who you play as. Subclasses, however, for each miner are hidden behind progression walls for each individual class. Each class has their own playstyle, like the Driller being very fast at going through rocks, and the Gunner being a DPS powerhouse. There are 3 main zones, and you get more and harder missions by completing objectives and levels. After you finish a dive, you are able to upgrade an array of abilities to improve future dives, which will allow you to get more materials and credits that you need to upgrade further and unlock other weapons, skills, and subclasses. What sets Deep Rock Galactic Survivors apart from other Survivor-style games is the mining mechanic, which allows you not only to pick up materials that you need for a dive, but also create paths to either avoid large swarms of enemies or draw them in a narrow path for easier picking. As you go along, you get XP and level ups that either improve skills like health and mining speeds, or new weapons and upgrades to them. Just like in Deep Rock Galactic, you can give some major variety and improvements to your weapons in the form of overclocks. These are unlocked after you upgrade the weapon to level 12 in a single dive, and every dive after that, you are able to give that weapon a more souped up upgrade that changes the way the weapon works for that run. These occur at levels 6, 12, and 18 for that weapon. The main loop of the game is to get as much material as you can in a floor before you either get swarmed by bugs or complete the main objective and move on. Each floor is scattered with resources like gold, nitra, and other minerals that you can use to improve your current dive and future ones. The main objective bar at the top of the screen progresses as you kill more enemies and does not fill through any other means such as mining or obtaining resupplies. Speaking of, resupply drops are the game's version of trinkets that give you special perks for that dive when you secure them. These can range from things like giving you nitra when mining rocks, or knock back enemies when you are hit. When you fill out the main objective bar, an elite enemy comes out and chases you. You have no time limit to either fill the main objective bar nor kill the elite enemy. However, the longer you stay on a floor, especially with an elite out, the stronger and larger in number the bugs become. After you kill the elite enemy, you have 30 seconds to make it to the drop pod and progress down to the next floor. Dives can end in 3 ways: you dying, you missing the drop pod, or you progressing to the final floor and killing the dreadnought. The first 2 are the main ways you'll end dives, especially early on in the game, and there is no penalty to your upgrade materials and credits because of it. Killing the dreadnought can be very difficult, especially if you're not 100% focused on killing it as fast as you can. And there is no real big major reward for killing the dreadnought other than unlocking more levels. The game is both very hands-off and incredibly evolved at the same time. This seems especially true if you're trying to farm materials on a floor and all of a sudden you have an elite hot on your trail after killing one tiny bug and it filled out your main objective bar. You could play this with one hand as the weapons function automatically, but don't get too sidetracked as one small misstep can spell the end of a dive. Overall, the gameplay, mechanics, and everything in between are perfectly in line with the OG Deep Rock Galactic game in both flavor and function. It's a different yet fun spin on the gameplay formula of both Deep Rock Galactic and Survivor-type games as a whole. My main gripes with the game is the main objective. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of scaling of how it fills as, again, it's only based on bug eliminations. Say you're trying to escape from being cornered by a swarm, you could possibly be staring down an elite or the end of a floor in a matter of seconds if there's no escape route, which sucks if you're trying to farm up for upgrade materials. The other part of it is, the main objective is to only get to the end of a floor and kill the elite or the dreadnought if you make it to the very bottom. That said, I haven't unlocked all the levels and the game is in early access right now, so it could very well change in the future. Besides that, the game fills a DRG void if you're not willing to put in the time to go on long mining sessions or are able to play online with friends. I could see this working very well on handheld consoles like Steam Deck or Nintendo Switch, which is par for the course for these kind of games. My overall rating for this game is 8.5 golden loot bugs out of 10.